Yeah, so we'll start with general financial product advice warning, and we have already gone through this. Sorry, recording button was not on, but those of you who have missed this general financial product advice can go through this. After this general financial product advice warning, for this master class, what we are doing is we are answering one of the questions which has been posed by Ben, and his first question is, what is good routine for to start the trading and week? So alright, we'll start the week because today is Saturday, so today is Sunday. We are starting the week for the next week, which is from 10th to 14th. 10th to 14th we are starting this week to analyze and then look for opportunities. Always the analysis from the week 10 to 14 should be done on either on Saturday or Sunday, because Saturday Sunday no market moves to great extent. Maybe a little bit of Ethereum or Bitcoin here and there, but other than that nothing moves. So if that will be a static screen. The advantage of static screen on Saturday Sunday is it is not consuming your broadband, it is not consuming your internet, and it is not consuming your RAM or CPU or disk. My disk is 0 now. CPU is 29%. Yeah, so this is a good performance monitor, you can take advantage of it. This is a free stuff from, I think so, from Microsoft. uh, okay, so what we are looking here is don't one okay, you can either blow it to see the maximize size, or you can I prefer this size actually. So in the yearly chart, what we are seeing, just to elaborate, in the yearly chart, don't clutter your chart. Only 2 or 3 lines is good enough, I think. What are those 2 or 3 lines? The nearest prices are 9239, so the nearest swing high, and the possible lowest all-time low, like this one here, when they fought Saudi Arabia and the Russia, and when it was the global financial crisis. These extreme cases, global financial crisis start for this one, October 2008, and Saudi Arabia and Russia overproduced the oil. Texas WTI came down to negative. So what is this? This one, this is the immediate support, and we can copy this and paste it here. Because this is the another one. So not more than 4, 1 2 3 4, not more than 4 lines should be there, and the lines should be colored as red if it is in on top of the price, like price is 9239, so 11220 is greater than 9239, that's why it is red. Like this one is can be red or pink, but the support lines which are below it, that should be. So there are 4 lines, and what we can see here, the yearly 7681 can be a support. Similarly on monthly, this is one time only. Monthly, if I am drawing a Fibonacci from here to here, and just keeping the one which is relevant, like this is 50% is relevant. If not, then I can go to 38.2. I'll possibly take advantage of the 38.2 instead of the 50%, because 50% did not come. So on the 38.2, what happened immediately in front of us is the crack and snap back. It cracked the 38.2 and then snap back. So snapping back this month. This month is only 9 days old, so we have another 17 days. So my monthly is telling us, that there is a possible crack and snapback happening. So if you do not agree, let me know. Then on the weekly, what it is telling us, same thing. Weekly is telling us that it is bouncing from a yearly line, bouncing from a yearly support line, and also crack and snapback on the monthly Fibonacci retracement which we do. So alright, so and this is also a turning point from our proprietary understanding. So if this is the case, then on the if I am preparing to take a position, or at least analyzing the market, the name of the market is not important. Anything and everything. So because we are almost in a naked chart or a bear chart, so we need only the moving average and the Fibonacci is there, nothing else, nothing is there. So what we can look for is this here, when it is getting a support or cracking the support, as in crack and snap back, So those of you like us who has seen this thousands of times in the history for last 12 years, would know definitely, like this one here, would know definitely that this is a possible candidate for a crack and snap back, or all sellers out. If we do not agree, let me know. Alright. So then what we do as a professional, we buy at here. That's why the bank professionals are possibly, I don't believe they are more successful than us, but possibly can be more successful because they use powerful tools. Powerful tools will only for if even if we can replace this by those powerful tools of Goldman Sachs or any other, by making it simple. If they have done it complicated or a complex way, I believe that it has to be simple. If it is not simple, it is not working. So this one single line of horizontal line will tell us that it is a possible candidate of a crack and snap back, and we can buy here as a professional, or you are if you are a risk taker, you can buy here, or if you are a risk aversive person, or medium what is that, a risk aversive, risk taker, and a balanced person, then possibly you can wait for this crack and snap back to happen, cracked the support and snap back the support, and high taken out, you can go from there, long from there. So that is past. What do I do with this past is always helpful to know what should I do on the future. Like this is a crack and snapback on the 200. So what do I do now? Okay, let's go to the last bar. This is the last bar. If I have to analyze this market, the routine I follow is see this yearly, see this monthly, see this weekly, and then come here and look for any opportunity to go long, short, or do nothing, because the money is made sometimes, most of the times I think the money is made not going long or not going short. Money is made in waiting. Wait, like we waited for so long a time, and then saw this saw this all sellers out, crack and snap back, and then after that we saw another breakout. This is the crack and snap back and the bounce, and this is breakout of this line. So we can go long there, so as in here. And then now here we definitely don't go long here, because why? Can you tell me why not? Anyone?
Resistance is right there.
Absolutely, resistance is right there. Yep, absolutely. That resistance is 200. That's thanks, Marty. Resistance is right there. It can do the power of observation. That's why it is so much powerful. The power of market observation, always and any time, is what happened in previously can definitely happen now. So what happened here is a kind of resistance, as Marty said, and crack and snap back. Same thing may happen 50%, or price can go up, break, four things happen: touch, close above bullish bar, and high taken out, then it can go up. But here we are not taking any chance, because it can happen like this, boom, or this, or it can, even if we have to go long, either we wait for this resistance to be broken and then high taken out. That is the only thing which we can do. So this is the way we get started preparing for the week, and I showed you through oil. Did I answer your question, or did I go through any other instrument, Ben?
No, that is answered quite well.
Very good.
Just how you scan it, and yeah.
Yeah. Then I'll go to the second question. In between, Vic is asking, could you also please share the way you analyze the market? For example, current market condition in your view. That's what I'm doing. Yeah, I'll do all of them. Next is, do you scan the market for potential trades to keep an eye on for the week? 100%. 100 answer to that question is 100%. So what I'll do, I generally prefer to do only 24 markets, not more than that, because I believe less is more. Less is more in trading. So these are the 24 markets in front of you. I'll go one by one. Okay, I'll just keep it here. I'll go one by one. So and then I'll go to the oil. Oil, we completed the analysis, Venkatesh, and then we'll go for the ASX. What ASX is telling us, it's struggling, is playing with the global financial crisis high 6851. 6851 is the global financial crisis, and the COVID high is 7201. This chart, yearly chart, tells us a lot of thing it tells us. So it will tell us the COVID high, it will tell us the global financial crisis high, and so on and so forth. So from this chart, what we got, these are the two numbers, or only one number which you should remember, 6851. This is the one, global financial crisis 2008. And if you are wondering what should I do within 2005 2008 global financial crisis, I'll show you how we could have won the game of 1000 points just by watching one single line in sterling. That was 1985 all time low. I'll come to that. All right. So from the monthly perspective, what we are seeing, we have drawn a similar thing. We have done a COVID low to this swing high of Fibonacci, and we saw that this is the 60. Can you read it? If you cannot read it, you can expand it. Yeah, 38.2. So it exactly came to the 38.2, bounced one, and again bouncing here. This type of bar, as we know, is all sellers out. Possibly there will be a little bit of retracement there, so we can buy here if we are going for a long term. Otherwise, we'll see that 38.2 is a good enough support for the time being for ASX. And the most important thing here is the moving average, 50 or 200 on any time frame. For example, especially on the weekly and weekly, this is the 200 period moving average in front of you. 200 period exponential moving average on close. This is the close. Yeah. And that is 200 period moving average on the close is telling us, if I do level 6685. So this fellow struggled to go down the moving average, but did not, and went up. Same thing happened here. See the structure here and say exactly same thing, isn't it? This bar and this bar, aren't they exactly same? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yeah. So if so what is the advantage? That's why I say history, that's why we say future is just the repetition of history. Only timing we have to correctly do. But if we have observed this bar thousands of times, or even hundred of times, doing our back testing, doing our practice task, doing our self assessment task, as all of you are doing, like recently Ben and Girija, they are doing really good. They are really putting time and effort to know, like Venkatesh or Mauricio, everyone putting so much of time and effort to read the past. I have done almost if not millions, but very close to millions of times, because I got the opportunity to talk to tens of thousands of people, and then I shared them repetitively. Yeah. So so this is the same bar here. If I have not studied this bar, how to study this bar? Nothing, just watch this bar and see the support, see the 200 moving average, and see what happened. It cracked the 200 moving average and snap back. Same thing, it cracked the moving average. We expect the snapback here on 26th. This is 19. The next bar should, with very high probability, it should go up, and that's exactly tried to do this here, not happen, and this is there. So the only difference between these three and these two, this crack and snapback happened with 2 bar, this crack and snapback happened with 3 bar. Am I clear? Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
Very good, excellent. So if I understood this and that, now the last thing is the daily. For the daily, this was the all sellers out in my opinion. Although I prefer to be very near to the support, but I believe that this is near enough, close enough. If you ask me how many pips is close enough, I cannot give you an answer, because every market is different. So for this market, what is going to happen is, in our rule, it can break 1, it cannot break 2. So this fellow low is 6746, and this close is 6746. So this bar, did it close below this one?
No. So
Yes, exactly, it actually did. Ben, look at tell me the low.
sorry, what was that?
What was the low?
6746.
Point.
0.6.
And this one close
6, 7.
6. Yes. Yeah,
So
six
it
seven
did.
four five. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it did close below that low by point 0.6 of a point, point 0.6. Yeah, because this is 6746 and this 746.6. So this did close below. So what we can do, what we can do, if we are going long here, we can wait for this low to be taken out, then we can go down, then you can close the trade, because our W2, which is the weekly 200 moving average, which is the weekly 200 period moving average, is at 6684, isn't it? Now it is 6685. So this is a dynamic thing which every week you can change, once in a week, 6685.4. So you can change that. So 6685 is coming from this 200 moving average, 6685.8. So you can be as precise as you want. So this is exactly precisely. And yeah, so this is say if now it is closing below this weekly and then low taken out, we can actually close the trade. So that is the analysis for next few days, maybe Monday Tuesday, for the ASX. Do you have any question on the ASX? Anyone?
No.
So this is, see this low here, 6676, 667.6676.5. That's why we have written in our Discord that possible ASX 200 long trade should be considered closed if goes below 6657. That means 76 minus 20 points, something like that. We have gone long on the ASX from 6557. Now we are making a profit. We are running a profit of almost 120 points, but we are cautious because that fellow did close below the low. So this is for the ASX. Right, so this way we can analyze all the instruments. If you want me to select one, so we did the commodity chlorine, sorry, this crude oil, and then on the index, which is the ASX, Australia Stock Exchange. Then we can do forex, one of them, and then one from cryptocurrency. Forex, let's do Aussie dollar, our favorite Aussie dollar. So in Aussie dollar, what we are seeing, it is breaking all kinds of support now. So this was the previous 2019 support, this was the previous 1993 support, because price has gone below that. We can change this, to red or pink, and then this is the next support, possibly from the weekly 6000. How good is that number? Yeah, 6000. And then from the, this is yearly, and from the monthly perspective, it has crossed the 61.8. Of course it can do a crack and snap back, but the look of it, I don't think so, but I can be wrong. Yeah, there are two supports here to do this crack and snap back. It has cracked, but if it is doing two times, I am very doubtful that it will snap back, but time will only tell me whether we are correct or not. But what we are seeing here, this 61.8 on the monthly Fibonacci, and this line from the yearly price is below that merrily for last 2 months, which is good enough from a long term perspective. Same thing happened on the weekly. It is closing below 2 weeks in a row, below the 61.8 and 70 and the yearly. So what to do here on the Aussie dollar? I would not do anything, because it's a potential candidate for a double bottom. I may be wrong, but we never sell at a support. We never sell. Double bottom is not confirmed, because there is not a swing low. The third bar has to come. If the third bar, next day bar, is appearing like this and happening like that, then it will be a possible double bottom like this one. Let me draw my hypothetical bar, which may be looking like this. I'll take the extension as no arrow. Very good. And I'll do that with as this fellow. Very good. So this is my Monday bar. So if the Monday bar is looking like this, that means the close is above this line. I'll consider this as a double bottom, and this close above this and high taken out can be a potential long. So this is the third instrument asset class I talked about. Commodity, I did discuss crude oil. Index, I discussed ASX, and forex, I discussed Aussie, and I'll touch upon the dollar index. Sorry, not dollar index we can go, but I'll go to GBP USD. Before I go to GBP USD, do you have any questions so far? Am I on the right track to answer the questions?
Yes, sir.
Very. You can post any question here, or you can send through mail through support. All right. And then third question is, do you update spreadsheets and charts? Yeah, very good question. Before I answer the third question, I'll just go and see the GBP USD, and then Marty, our senior trader, will also talk about Elliott Wave and his understanding of the market around 420, 430. And we'll go to GBP USD to see how our past analysis, or at least analysis, can help us to gain 1000 points in 5 days. So let's go there. If that 1808 is creating a problem, taking a little bit of time thanks to Telstra, you can reduce down to 188, so that it takes a little bit time, a little less time. Or even you can do 8 is my favorite number, that's why I always do 8. Don't blame me for that. Alright. So 88, yeah, I prefer that. Yeah. Okay. Now GBP USD, very good, excellent, fantastic. All right. Okay. So now this is a magic happened here, not a magic, a simple thing which happened repetitively. It happened tens of thousands of times, and it happened. So the all-time low for GBP was 1.0345 in 1985. Do you agree?
Yep.
Yep. And price did whatever it did, and then price came here. 2021, this is COVID. 2020, during even COVID, during COVID, or during the global financial crisis. This is global financial crisis. This is dot-com bubble. That's why we said, we always ask you to study these great events in our lifetime, which is a dot-com bubble. 9/11, which is again plus 9/11. 9/11 was not having any but dot-com bubble here, and this is the global financial crisis, and this is the COVID. No, this is referendum. This is a referendum. So many, my goodness, you must do this again and again. If you have not done this, please, because these are the key things. This is the dot-com bubble. I'll write down dot-com bubble, DCB, make it -2 DCB, and this double dot-com bubble, and this is global financial crisis. What are the beautiful names we have given. Anyway, dot-com, I have not given. Dot-com bubble, GFC, and then we have this referendum. I don't know the spelling, so I'll just do this, and then I'll do this one as a COVID-19. All right, so are you with me? So we have seen 4 events in our lifetime. If you are trading for last 20 years, like us, so probably we have seen this one. I don't remember this one, but definitely I have seen this one. I was not an active trader that time. Yeah, active trading. I was an active trader from here. Alright. So from 2009 we saw this, and now what you can see, this GFC is less than DCB, this REF is less than GFC, and this C19 is less than REF, isn't it? Now what phase we are in? What market phase we are in now? Anyone?
A downward phase.
Inflationary situation, isn't it? Thanks to Ben Bernanke, Ben Parkins and Ben Bernanke. Are you related? Ben Bernanke printed money and threw from helicopter. So that he was doing from 2009, printing money, and everyone followed him. So Ben Bernanke was the Fed chairman. Yeah. So he was printing money, and he avoided the inflation and the recession, anything and everything, as per his opinion. But inflation cannot be avoided. So inflation started from 2021, and now we are in an inflationary situation. So we can expect an inflation low which should be lower than the C19. Is it difficult to predict that? Because we have seen this. Every swing low is becoming lower, and then we saw that. I have to save this, isn't it? Save it. And then we saw this. Then we can possibly see this as well. Is it difficult? It is not. So what market was doing, I followed the same thing. So in an inflationary situation, as of now, we can expect that market can come down, and if market is want to actually touch this all time low, it will. But how do I take advantage of this all time low? So how do I take advantage? Nothing here, this at this point or at this point it is difficult, because this was not all sellers out, this was not all sellers out. But when I was watching this market on 26th of September, it is coming down, 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 down. So I was also having a 1 hour chart, also having a 15-minute chart. And what happened to 26th of September on a 1 hour chart, you'll be amazed to see what happened. 26th of September, I'm far off. Yeah, so this what happened here. All right, on at 10 o'clock at the morning, Melbourne time, Australia, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, Sri Utag is 8 o'clock. Yeah, 8 o'clock at Perth. So what is this bar at 10 o'clock 26 September 1 hour GBP USD? What is this bar? Anyone?
So
Alert triggered.
All sellers out, isn't it? All sellers out, absolutely, because it is closely near to the low and near to the support. So if you are watching this market 9 o'clock, we generally start our day, and this is 10 o'clock happened in the morning. So if you can buy here, at this point, which is one or you can wait for the touch. If you're lucky, then you will get the touch. But possibly, if I'm you, I'll possibly buy here 1.0400, which is a beautiful number. Yeah, 10,400 compared to 10,345 if I take the decimal out. So if you are buying at for 10,400 and keeping a stop loss below this 45 minus ESD, our entry stop distance, then it will be quietly safe in saving this, because it went down to only 28. So 345 minus 328, only 17 pips it went down. So it cracked, and then rest is history. So this is how you can take advantage of a yearly line in a daily chart, or even in a lower time frame like 1 hour chart. So if you have bought here and then you are still holding, this is 699, but if you have closed this when this crack and snapback happened on this line, if you have closed this, that is 854 points, and that line is a daily line. Yep. So 845 points just by observing that all sellers out on a 1 hour chart, because the day it was happening at 10 o'clock. Yep, at 10 o'clock. So this is 1 in our terminology, this is 1 and this is 2. And what happened on the 2, why we sold here? Because it did a crack and snapback again on the 2. So this is the lowest bearish bar, and this is the next bearish bar, and this is 2, and this did a crack and snapback. Everyone understood this, what I explained on the GBP? Do you have any question?
Sir, in GBP yearly, are we able to make Fibonacci here?
Very good question. Girija is asking, can we do a Fibonacci here? The Fibonacci should be drawn. Before we draw a Fibonacci, we need to understand. We need to ask two questions. Those two questions are: why is Fibonacci valid here, or is Fibonacci required here? And the second question is, what am I expecting out of this Fibonacci? Yeah, these two things. So in this case, on a yearly, if you have to ask question on a Fibonacci, I would possibly say no, because we have not seen this. This is the swing low, we have swing high, and this is not a swing low. Our Fibonacci, our proprietary way of drawing the Fibonacci is, we draw from the latest swing high to the latest swing low. Most probably in 2023 this will be the swing low. Then we can draw Fibonacci from here and here. But to answer your question on a yearly chart is no. But in that, if we cannot do that, can we do it on a monthly chart? Not yet, because this month is still running, October. But can we do in a weekly chart? Then possibly the answer to your question would be yes.
Okay.
And why we are doing this Fibonacci on a daily chart also you can do that. So you can do the Fibonacci to know how because this is impulsive, this is impulsive down, and this is corrective. So whenever your market was going up, so you can ask a question when you were here, that how far market can go up. Can it go up here? Can it go up here? Can it go up? I don't know. No one knows. So our answer to that question is to draw a Fibonacci from here to here and see the levels of 50, maybe it is gone, 61, yeah, 61.8, and then you can have 78.6, yeah. So these two lines you can have 50 and 78.6, and see a reversal around that, either at 11197 or 11436, and see what happened. It exactly went up to 78.6 and did a crack and snap back. Did I answer your question?
Yes, sir, because all I was keep getting confused that where I can go with my trend line. That was the another of question, that are we able to make any trend line here, because I was unable to understand when I was reading the chart.
Yes, very good question. Again, trend line, on the trend line always concentrate on the last bar, because Monday to
Yes.
Friday will be like this, isn't it?
Yes.
Monday to Friday will not be like that, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So Monday to Friday is future, so we are trading future. So here what we can do here, two things can happen, as in my opinion. If I now if you have understood this Fibonacci, then possibly I'll delete this. Now I will consider this as one, and then retracement, and then possibly go up. So for that, what we need to do, I need to do is I'll draw a Fibonacci from here to here, and then wait for the retracement to at least come to 23. I'll only keep 23. I'll because Fibonacci is dynamic, I'll only keep 23, sorry, 38, and then wait for any reversal up to 38. If it is crossing the 38, then I'll bring the 50 and then take this out. This way, what we are trying to do, this way we are actually trying to keep the chart as clean as possible. Now, to
Right.
answer your second question, can I draw a trend line? Yes, of course you can. How can you? Now, this is an outside bar, isn't it?
Yes.
An outside bar can be a swing low as well as a swing high, isn't it? If we believe in
Yes.
that. So what we can do either select this as a swing low and this swing low, and
Mm-hmm.
draw this line.
Yes.
So this is the trend line to the upside, and it is broken here,
Mm-hmm.
and the downside price is here. This is the swing
Yes.
high, and then this is the swing high.
Yes.
I'll draw this. I think this high is
Okay.
higher, isn't it? What is this high? Can you tell me this high?
Um, High is 1.14899.
And what is this high?
1.14958.
So this is higher, isn't it?
Yes.
So I'll take that high to here. So these are the only two trend lines and one Fibonacci which I can draw. Did I answer your question?
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, because I was just so confused that where I can go with my trend lines, and I was thinking that I'm doing it wrong.
No, no, no. I've seen your practice task. You are quite on the track. Don't worry. Yeah, but just concentrate on the last,
Mhm.
and don't allow yourself to draw more than three lines. But otherwise, it will be too
Yeah.
clumsy.
Yes.
You can take this diagonal line also. I think I can take the diagonal line. Yeah, I can take the
Mhm.
diagonal line. But the problem is, if I take the diagonal line, this zero will come. So it's up to
Yes.
you whether to keep the diagonal line or this zero line. Yeah.
Right. Thank you, sir.
So this way, Ben, I try to explain you how do I update the charts with a dynamic Fibonacci and a dynamic Fibonacci. This is the only way I update my charts. Did I answer your question, or are you asking something else? Why, when you asking update your chart, and then I'll go to update the spreadsheets.
No, that answered it perfectly. Thanks, Arthur.
Yeah, very good. Now update the spreadsheets is very important. Update the spreadsheets is required 100%. Because why that update the spreadsheets is required, because we need to go to the pip cost, and pip cost is to be if I'm here, if I go to the pip cost, where is my pip cost, yeah, this is the pip cost, this is the pip cost. And how to upgrade the journal, this is the only thing which we do on the journal, upgrade the pip cost. I can take the change. Percentage change is not required, so click on the spanner and take the percentage change. Name is not required, just the ticker, and the ticker means the symbol and the last price. Alright, so what do I do with this? Pip cost? As we know, for pip cost calculation, we have to bring to our we have to go to our this thing, journal, trade journal, and then update the pip cost here. So what are we doing here? We are updating the pip cost every week. Now can you tell me the AUD JPY, what do I write here? Anyone or Ben?
92.57.
92.57. No, only 2 decimal.
Oh, 2 decimal.
Then Euro AUD?
1.5297.
Very good. Aussie CAD?
0.8745.
Fantastic. Aussie Swiss?
0.6334.
And lastly Aussie US.
Yeah, 0.63.
Alert triggered.
That's it. So these are the only five things which we need to update in the Excel sheet. Okay, or in the Google sheet. Then it will automatically tell us the pip cost. So if we are trading USD JPY, it will be taking 1.0803. If we are trading GBP CHF, it will calculate the pip cost as 1.5788 and plot it here. These are the pip costs. As you can see, these are the pip costs. Yep, these are the pip costs. These are the pip cost for if yeah, all these things. So you can do this. Supposing just a small thing on Excel, I don't know how much you know, but if you want to know, supposing I'm copying this up to this point, and then going to this interesting thing. It is nothing somewhat related to maybe trading, but not very related. But I'll just show the magic, not magic, a little bit of Excel. Alright, so what do? I'll plus zoom in this one, and then not that much, that's too much better. Not this much. Oh, okay, this much. So from A, can all see my screen from A1 to A40? Everyone?
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is the
Yes.
beautiful thing which you can do. Insert one row. You can right click and then do row. Insert. Yeah, you can do currency here. CURRENCY. This type of analysis can help you any sphere of life, I think. Then you write unique, because we want to know how many unique is there. So what I'll do here equal to for formula, and then write unique in small letter, big letter doesn't matter. And then from here A2 to the end, which was 41. Yeah. So 80 to A41. How many unique are? Only 21 of them. Can you see that magic? So only 21 is unique, otherwise repeated. Now if you want to know the number of repetition, you do this number equal to again equal to countif. I'm not teaching Excel, but I like this one. Countif this again 41, isn't it? C2 to C41, C2 to C41. So we are counting from C2 to C41. This is here C41. How many times Amazon USD is there? So what I am doing, B2. So I'll do B2. The magic here is you need to put a hash. And then press enter. Then see the magic. Everything will be filled in. Not filled in. Alright. C2 to B1. Why did it not filled in, my dear friend? Criteria. Range is C2 to C4. Oh my goodness, not C, A. You could have told me. A2 to A41. B and we are searching the range A2, this fellow, and we are searching county B2 is this one, and then enter. Aha! How good is that? So, in what I'm trying to say in your journal to answer your question, in this last 1 month or 2 months, whatever it is, I have traded Amazon twice, and you can do all sorts of formatting, my dear friend. I love formatting. Okay, so Square 3 times, ASX 3 times, Aussie 3 times, Ethereum 4 times, US dollar only 1 time, yen only 1 time. That means what? I did not get much time entry points. Gold 3 times, sterling 2 times. Is it was it helpful? Anyone having any question?
Yes, sir.
So put a hash at the end to automatically. Now if I do change this, for example, if I do this to let's which is not there. Apple is there. Goldman Sachs. Okay, let me see Goldman Sachs. Yeah, if I change this to Goldman Sachs, look what happened. Goldman Sachs. If I do Goldman Sachs and look at what happened to the B. See, Goldman Sachs is introduced and one is automatically done. How good is that? Very nice, isn't it? So this way you have to update and then maintain your spreadsheet. Did I answer your question, Ben?
Yes. Great. Thanks.
Is upcoming news events checked, Forex Factory, etc.? Yes and no, only to the tune of two aspects of news. Is one is the FOMC economic projection, and second one is the non-farm payroll, and the third one is the CPI of United States month on month. So what did I say? I said three things from news perspective. From news perspective, three things: format, font, make it 24 so that you can see. One is the FOMC economic projections, nothing more or nothing less than that. Economic FOMC economic projections happens once in a quarter. Then non-farm payroll, which happens. I think this is I'll make it third. So this is one. Two is CPI, consumer price index, because it is from directly from inflation, and interest rate is directly related to CPI. That's why consumer price index is very important. But month on month, that is from only from United States. And the third one is non-farm payroll, which comes once a month from United States, once a month. So these are the only three news which I see. You can see 300 or 3000, but please don't do that. This three is good enough. Once in a quarter, once in a month, once in a month. See why CPI? Previously CPI was not there because there was no inflation. Now 2021, inflation is the king now. So now the CPI is more important than FOMC, I would say. So considering this, then we see the FOMC economy. No. This is the only one. So Thursday 11:30 p.m. I generally go to bed at 11, but Thursday 11:30 I'll be watching this CPI. So I'll write it down. 13th of October, 11:30 Melbourne time, PM. 11:30 Melbourne time. So this is the only news which I'll be watching, because based on this, if you are wondering what happened to CPI, why I'm so critical about CPI, because you see this one here, CPI. Last time the forecast was minus 0.1, and actually it came 0.1. I'll show you in a minute. Yeah, see this one. Last time the forecast in circle, in not circle, forecast in yellow was minus 0.1, and actual came as it is written here. If you can see here, you can see this forecast was minus 0.1, forecast in brown and blue, actual came 0.1. Can you read that, everyone?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah, what does it mean? It means that if you go back to that date, on the calendar for the dollar index, you will see some magic. Okay, let's go back to that date, September. September, when was the CPI? Quickly you can do this one. This is the one, September 13th. Okay, September 13th is the CPI for United States dollar. That's what I said, and that happened on 13th of September. So now if I go to 13th of September dollar index, just to answer your question, how do I take advantage of this forex factory only for these three? So I'll go to the 13th of September for dollar index. Bring my old, which is 25, go to dollar index, which is this one, and the date was, what was the date?
13th
13th September.
September.
Brilliant, you people are Einstein, very good, excellent. Alright, so let's go to 13th of September. Wow, how good is that? How good is this bar on the CPI when my projection was, my forecast was minus 0.1 and actual came 0.1? That is 200% difference between the economists forecast, who are getting probably hundreds of thousands of dollars from Goldman Sachs or any ANZ bank. They predicted minus 0.1. Everyone thought that when dollar index is going to go down, because if the CPI come down according to the economic forecast, economist forecast, my goodness, so much of difficulty, economist forecast, then they were thinking, oh, economists are right, coming down, this is 12, and the next day is CPI. Next day what happened? Boom. And then after that what happened? Boom, 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 boom. So this is the effect of the CPI, which I told you to see. Now 6.75% for an instrument called dollar index, and I told you I'll change the CPI as number 1, FOMC as number 2, and non-farm payroll as number 3. Did I answer your question? Any question?
Yeah, Partha, would you take notice of like what comes out of England or something like that, as far as the sterling pairs are concerned, or what comes out of the Reserve Bank, to see what happens with, say, ASX or something like that?
Honestly speaking, no. But only thing I used to do, nowadays I don't do, because everyone is a blind supporter of even United States. So what will happen? What will happen on Great Britain? But your question is very pertinent. The Great Britain will always follow United States, and Australia will always follow Great Britain. So in terms, what will happen? The only thing which we are looking for, if we can take this out, it will be easier. I'll first answer the GBP, and GBP, take that all out, and then take this out, and only keep the central bank, because they decide the interest rate. Okay, it will be easier for me to. I taken out everything. Wow, wow. All right. So let me do this, and let me do this inflation and growth. I must come here. Okay, let me apply. Nothing. This is there, GDP. All right, what I wanted to show you is the rate they actually do 0.99. That is the only. So what I'm trying to say here is, this is the only one. I was correct. So 900. This is the only thing from Great Britain I watch. If you are watching I'll not give you a number, but I'll write down for GBP. You can do this interest rate. Like the United States, they have 14 members, 1/4 in their Federal Open Market Committee, FOMC, Federal Open Market Committee. Similarly, GBP, which is a copycat of United States, they have 9 members. They have 9 members in their committee. So all of them are voting for increase in interest rate. So what to look? Well, there is nothing to look for this news, because if you go here, it will tell us the number vote represent XXX format. The first number is how many member of parliament committee, whatever it is, or what P, I don't know what is P, members voted to increase interest rate. 9 of them are voting to interest rate. So what is the news? There is no news. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, that's fine. Thanks, Partha. Thanks.
Yeah, very good. And Australia, no, nothing. Australia is a very small economic country. All right. Last one. Is there anything you do prepare physically and psychologically? Yeah, that's the most important one. Very important, very important one. Physically, most important thing. I try to. No, I do. I do 2 hours of freehand exercise in the morning, and 45 minutes of freehand exercise before the London session in the evening. That every day, Monday to Friday. So that is almost 2.5 hours. Always there is 2.5 hours exercise Monday to Friday. Saturday, Sunday, I don't do anything. All of us may be doing everything on the exercise front. That is physically. Psychologically, I'm a very spiritual person. I believe that my body, mind, heart, soul, and spirit need to be in sync. So what are the four things I told you? Body, mind, heart, soul, soul, not coal, soul, spirit. So these five things must be in sync all the time. I am trading Monday to Friday. So that's why I chant a mantra called Gayatri mantra. You can search anyone. I'm not asking anyone, but it's a very strong mantra. Gayatri mantra. Meaning you can do meaning in English, or you can chat anything, whatever you like, yeah. So I do this, and you can read this here. Yeah, and the explanation is here. So I do that bit almost entire 3 hours in a day, every day. So yeah, so if anyone can chant this or any other mantra, even Om, even who is the this is the meaning of who is the remover of all sin and ignorance, may he enlighten our intellect. Gayatri Mantra meaning, O Divine Mother, our hearts are loaded up with darkness. Kindly make this darkness distant from us and advance burning inside us. What? Alright. So you can find out anything as long as you are happy with yourself within you. You should be. So these five things. Why I'm doing? Because I need to be in peace with myself. In peace with myself. And how do I define self? I define self as combination of body, mind, heart, soul, and spirit. Because body never lies, mind is a tricky thing, heart never lies, soul is definitely never lies, spirit will never lie possibly. This is the trickiest thing, which generates 56,000 thoughts every day. 50,000 thoughts every day. So how to control this 50,000 and make one only, maybe, or three only? You need to be in peace with yourself. If you are in peace with yourself, it will be extremely easy for you to understand this market, which is so clumsy and erratic and at times mad. Did I answer your question?
Yes, thank you, Arthur. That was great.
Fantastic. All right, and you just have to create a routine structure. Yeah, so I think I have answered all your question, and then I'll quickly go to other questions which Mauricio is asking. Mauricio is asking for the upcoming monthly class. Can we have Mauricio's son's 18th birthday is today, so happy birthday to him. So that's why he could not come and attend. For the upcoming monthly masterclass, can we have Partha and Marty? Marty, it is up to you. Explain the setup for USD JPY short posted on the Elliott Wave Discord channel dated 27 September 5 p.m. I'm also interested in the use of round numbers in this case. So this is Marty. Alright, Marty, question up to you to answer this question. Marty wrote on for everyone to understand the question from Mauricio. Mauricio is asking for September 27th. Marty wrote possible USD JPY short can be from 144.00, and he's also asking the effectiveness of the round number. Stop loss at 146. More questions may follow. Alright, so I'll bring USD JPY in front and then request Marty to answer that question. Marty, please. Question is here. Can you see the question, Marty? You want to share your screen, Marty? Marty, you there? Marty probably.
Sorry, I was talking to myself at the microphone.
Our microphone muted. It happens every all the time, isn't it?
Okay, so I'll share my screen. Selecting screen. Okay.
Everyone can see Marty's screen.
Yes.
What
Yeah,
do I?
yeah, we can see your screen. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Let's see. So we had. What was the date again, Partha?
And the clear date was 27th of September, 5 p.m.
The 27th. This guy here.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're looking at this one here. So I came up with the 5-3 method for Elliott wave as standard. Came up to complete our wave 3 up
Alert
here.
triggered.
I believe we were doing an A, a B, and a C down to here. But it looks like it's liking this area a lot, which is why I closed this trade out early. The reasons behind using whole numbers are simply just for the ease of use without getting silly with decimal places and such like that. There's not much more I would like to say there unless someone wants to know more about that. Was that a clear enough answer?
Yeah, everyone understood what Marty said? Yeah, it is a simple question.
Yeah.
Yeah, go. Any question to Marty? No. So yeah, I think Marty has said quite easily from his analysis of Elliott wave. Mauricio, just for you, where if you are watching the video later on, he thought that it would follow and go down to around 139.41 level, but price did not do that, and we must respect the price because market is always correct and market can and will do whatever it does. So that's why he closed the trade on that 27 5 p.m. And our Elliott wave Discord is going very strong, strong to strong to strong to stronger to strongest, and this is the one. The question is all about 27th of September. On the this is the one, and it was closed. Yeah, so that was the question, and it was closed. Everyone can see my screen.
Yep.
And what can you see?
No, it's not.
Not
It's not expanded.
not visible. Huh? Can you see my screen? I think I'm sharing. I'm sharing the. Uh,
You need to expand it, Martha.
expand it.
Uh,
Can you see
you
my
can try to pin it actually.
Discord? Can you see my Discord? What can you see?
It's minimized. You have to
Uh,
maximize.
Vic, you have to go to like there is a pin sign. You have to pin it there on the Partha screen.
Yeah. Marty Stewart is presenting. Marty, you have to stop present. Yeah. Can you see my screen? Venkatesh,
Yeah, I can see it now.
you can see big or small?
It's big now.
It's big now? Very
Yeah.
good, thank you. So that was the USD JPY trade we was talking about, and Elliott wave Discord till today, starting from 3.9, has collected 428 points in the first month. Oh, how good is that? And look at the drawdown, only one or two, only two drawdown, 1 and 2, and that is 1.5% maximum, and we allow up to 5% maximum trailing drawdown. and this Elliott wave new channel. Mostly it was Marty's contribution 100%, and cumulative points are here, and then 400 points, that is 4% on a $10,000 account with the drawdown of 1.5%. And yeah, Marty can explain this later when he was talking back again on 430, but we allow 5%. So and 5 and maximum trailing drawdown, and 5% is the 10% is the target, 5% the maximum trailing drawdown. All right, so we covered oil from commodity, ASX from index, and then Aussie and sterling from forex. Any particular share you want me to cover before I after that I'll hand it over to Marty?
Tesla.
Tesla, yeah, tanking, isn't it? Tesla. Well, someone is buying, I think. Anyway, let's see. All right, Tesla in front of us. Tesla, and this is the yearly. And first of all, if we see Tesla, first question comes to my mind. I don't know what question comes to your mind. First question comes to my mind. What was the lowest low? This is the $1. $1 was the lowest low on 2010, and in 12 years it has gone up. How many percentage time it has gone up?
41,498.
Brilliant, excellent, fantastic. You can read English. That's good, boy. All right, okay. 41,498. My goodness. And now from here to here, how much percentage it has come down?
46.5.
So that's idiotic mathematics, isn't it? But mathematics is like that only, because 222 is down only for 46 points of 46% of 416. Yeah, all right. So that is nothing to do. Only thing is that this close is not below this, and the COVID high is below. So COVID high is an interesting one actually. So you can always put a COVID high here, a COVID high, and write it down. COVID high, CH. COVID high, yeah, COVID high. You can if you want to print the price, you can print the price 239.56, and now we are 225.5. That's from yearly. Monthly, we can draw our favorite Fibonacci for Girija. So from here, we go to I'll select this one. You can do multiple Fibonacci confluence, but but I'll prefer to this one, and take this one out, this one out, this one out, this one out, just to keep my chart as clean as possible. So it has crossed 78.6, and it is possibly going to 88.6. So when I see this Fibonacci, two things come to my mind. One thing is it can go and touch this 88.6, or it can touch this 100%, or it can do a crack and snapback. Only time will tell what. That is monthly. Now on the weekly is an interesting one. Weekly, because this channel is going long from 2020, from COVID. This channel, this COVID channel we can name. This channel, COVID channel, is running from the low of March 2020, COVID low, to the inflation high. Start of the inflation is here, 1st of November 2021. So from the COVID low to the pre-inflation high, this is the channel, standard deviation channel, and the standard deviation channel is on Fibonacci 1.272, and it did a crack and snapback on the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and it is possibly doing a crack and snapback on the line here, too many lines, 3 lines there. All right, so to me, I'll keep one year for October to October, for yearly. Alright, so that much for the weekly, monthly, and yearly for this fellow Tesla. And now the most important is the how to trade. How to trade is, we need to see the important thing here which happened. It happened a thing called what on this 200 moving average. This phenomenon is known at NP Financial as what?
Crack and snapback.
Very good, excellent, 100 out of 100. So crack and snap back, and then we can go short here, and then we're still running here short because nothing has happened. Nothing has happened to go do anything else rather than going enjoying these shorts. Enjoying these shorts, yeah. Keep on enjoying these shorts. Alright. So now, and then what should happen is, because there is too many lines, my dear friend, I don't want to join the daily lines. I never do that. So what I can do is, possibly I can do at the most, if you force me, I'll do possible, because there is nothing here. This one very faint weekly support, swing low. This one weekly support, this one's weekly support. So these are the 3, 1, 2, 3 weekly support, and one from the monthly Fibonacci, 1, 2, 3. So either it can come down to test this 216.28 or 208 or 205 or the magic number of 200 or the beautiful number of 200 moving average, which is 186. So many or, isn't it? Tesla is tanking now, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4 support. If it is crossing this 4 support, first of all, if it is not doing a crack and snapback, again I'll draw a future line, as I always try to do. Again I'll draw a future line, and if the next tomorrow bar, or Monday Tuesday bar, Monday Tuesday bar is like this. If the Monday Tuesday bar is like this, if the Monday Tuesday bar is like, make it green as if it has already appeared. Alright. So if the Monday Tuesday bar is already like this, then what does it mean? What it is indicating? And the close is above this line. What it is telling us?
Snap and crack.
Crack and snap back.
Crack and snap.
Crack and snap back. So we can do that. Yeah. So if this is not happening, then possibly we can expect this to do a crack and snap back on the other lines. There are so many opportunities on the other lines. On the other lines, maybe here, maybe here, maybe here. Who knows? Maybe on this, maybe on the second line, maybe on the second line, or maybe in the third line. Yeah, maybe on the third line, or at the most it can go up to this fellow and then do a 200 test. Yeah, from the momentum point of view. So why these 3 4 lines are interesting, because if you go to the, I'll come back to Tesla, but quickly go to gold to show this conglomerate, yeah, yeah, of supports, or confluence of supports. Let me go to the gold and come back to Tesla. Yeah, same thing happened for gold in a monthly chart, if I remember correctly. I think so. Yeah, on the weekly chart, I think. So much of support there, so much of support there. Here there were 2 3 lines here. I think I've taken them out because it got actually walked upon means what? It did a crack and snap back on the yearly Fibonacci. It did a crack and snap back, and now it is doing a crack and snap back on the 200. So when I was observing last week, last week, I think there were 3 4 lines here on the on the gold, and those lines were coming from same here. I can draw the lines for you, doesn't matter. I can draw what I'm trying to show you. This was the swing low for the monthly, this was the swing low for the monthly, this was the swing low. These are the 3 lines which I was referring to. I took that out now. Because it has played the role. But if I have to compare the Tesla with the gold, are you getting some similarity? Yes, no, all of you?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that is the magic. That is the magic to study this market any number of times. I have more than done 30,000 hours. So any number of no hours, no thousands of hours is more studying this market and taking advantage. Studying is only one thing, but taking advantage of it is another thing. And then that the best thing to do is, if you go to our NP financials, you will see in under education, we'll change this website a little bit. Mapping of markets. If you go to the mapping of markets, So what myself and Marty is trying to say, you can read through more Elliott Wave, how do I do, and it's only $600 per month. If you click any of these, start now or you will you'll come to know all these things. All these things you'll come to know, and not only know but take advantage of this, take advantage of the situation, take advantage of the markets, take advantage of gold seeing four lines in a monthly chart, and then coming back to Tesla, seeing the same four lines on a weekly chart, it's very similar, isn't it? Very. Don't forget that these are my bars. Partha's bar or NPF bars. Alright, so Tesla, coming back to answer your question, Marty. So if those bars are happening, what is this bar? My bar, is it? Yeah, weekly. Let me delete, otherwise I will get confused. Alright, so if Tesla, most probably it will go to 200 or 210 and then possibly come back. I don't think a crack and snapback happening at this Fibonacci level. I don't think so. But anything can happen, and market is always correct, and market can and will do whatever it does. Did I answer your question?
Alert triggered.
Yes, thank you.
Any other question, or you want me to go through any other aspects of market or any other instruments?
Yeah, part of that last bar on Tesla there,
Hmm.
would you, if you were in on that trade, would you consider that to be an all sellers out bar at a using that Fibonacci?
No. Go.
No.
Anyone saying anything? Possibly no, Fibonacci, because it has to touch the line. It has to touch the. It has to touch, and it has to possibly close very near to the line. If you see the line 78.6 is at 230.38, and now we are at 222.45, which is far off from 230. For 100 shares, we always take 100 shares. For 100 shares, this is 23,000 minus 22,000, so it is 1,000 points down. To me, no, but to extend your question, if you are doing on a daily, which I don't do, if you are doing this as a possible support, then possibly I would say yes. Did I answer your question, Ben?
Yeah, thanks, Brian.
Any other question? Any other instruments? Sri, you have not asked a question. Any question? Simon,
Okay.
how are you, Simon? I saw you now. Any
Partha,
question?
sir, just question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Simon says good.
Um,
Thanks, Partha. Yeah. Go, Sri.
yeah. For shares,
Mm-hmm.
we always take 100 shares. Is it for the to entry?
Yeah, yeah. Is that your question, or do you have any other question?
Can we do one calculation with 100 shares? Because I always trying to understand the calculations for the shares.
Mm-hmm.
So I did only for one trade. I mean, one share. Could you? Can we do same as Tesla?
Same thing. Not the only difference between one. Don't ever get confused. The
Yeah.
only difference between shares and forex and commodity and any other thing in for why we are in the habit. Okay, first we need to know why we are doing 100, why not 1 or 10. If you remember 10, 10, not 20, maybe 10 years back, we used to trade shares in in exchanges like in brokerage houses like Commonwealth Bank of Australia, isn't it? Or ANZ. So in which we were giving $40 in and $40 out to buy one shares, isn't it? Do you have that experience? Anyone?
No, I don't have that
Marty?
experience.
I do.
Nope.
Yeah, Venkatesh. Those of you ask like veterans. Those of us who are trading for long have all kinds of experience. So at that time, so if you trade one stock for one cochlear, one CSL, you have to give them $40 or $80. Even if you do 10 shares, you have to give them 80. So why not trade 100 shares and then give them $80 instead of trading one shares? Because if you trade
Okay.
only one share and it goes from 223.00 to 222.00, you only get $1.
Okay, that's a commissioning. Sorry, that's okay, because of the commission charge.
Yes, that was how it started. That was how it started.
Okay.
So if
Okay.
share, like share, so if you are buying one and the
Yeah.
price is going up from 200.00 to 200.00, 200.1, 201.00, you get
Yeah.
only $1 because you have bought only one.
Correct. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
But you have paid how many dollars? You have paid $40, $80 as commissions.
Okay. Okay.
So
Understood.
does it make
Understood.
sense
Yeah. No,
to
it
buy
makes
one
sense.
share? It does not make sense, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
It does not. What am I writing? I've gone mad. All right. So $40, $40, $40. You are paying $40. Yeah, forty
Yeah.
dollar to $80 and getting $1. It's nothing. It's not making sense, isn't it? So for
Correct.
that,
Correct.
what we do, we from
Yeah.
that 20 years of experience or this thing, trading, what we have gone through, and that's why we always do 100 shares. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
100 shares, if we do 100 shares, and if it goes from 201 to 200, 200 to 201, then you take that decimal out.
Yeah.
Take that decimal out, then it becomes 20,000 to 20,100, isn't it?
Yeah.
So how much you get? Take the decimal out. $100. Give now
Yeah.
due to competition, this fellow has
Mm.
come down to 10 or even 8 or even 8. So you are paying $8 and getting $100. Is it good compared to paying $80 and getting $1?
Yeah. No, no, correct. Now I
Yeah,
understood.
yeah. So that, did I answer your question?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Yeah, this is how this. Yeah, anyone want to add anything on this?
Is that the same for cryptocurrency too, Father?
No, cryptocurrency is that's another beast. Cryptocurrency. Thanks for asking that question. Ethereum. Always try to do, my dear friend, the lowest one. Open your MetaTrader 4. I have 4 of them. Go Market MetaTrader 5, Go Market MetaTrader 4, 8 cap MetaTrader 4, 8 cap MetaTrader 5. Whatever you have, open one, open that, and good that you asked that question. Always start with 0.01 Ethereum. Yeah, volume, volume or size, volume or size, volume or size. Yeah, then possibly you would come to know, if I'm not, you'll get $1 for one peep per peep. But always try, the best way to know this confusion out is always try with 0.01. So if you are losing or winning, you are winning $1 or losing, because 001 is not allowed. So this 0.01 is possibly $1, and then do the USD XAU USD. XAU USD gold is also like this. Best thing is to do this and do it yourself, because thousands of time we have tried to explain this, but it get confused. But this is the best thing to do. 0.01. Try all instruments, every instruments with 0.01, and then see what is happening. See what is happening. So otherwise, I think we have explained most of the thing in our frequently asked questions. If you go to FAQ and then do Control F, Control F, Control F, lot, go to lot. How do I calculate lot? You will come to know this. Yeah, you'll come to this now. Yeah. All right. So with this, I think time to pass on this to Marty to take us through to 5 o'clock. Marty.
Thank you, Partha.
Not a
How are
problem.
we all going today?
Good, good, good.
Oh, that's good. So I'll share my screen.
Yeah, I have stopped.
Selecting screen, screen 2. Okay. So I'd probably like to go back to Ben's question earlier on about how we scan the markets for a week or a day. Just something which might help people out for their working week if they can't concentrate on the charts so much.
Very good. Excellent.
So one thing we have posted, well, Partha has posted on our Discord server is a study which one of his past students has done on candlesticks. So this is on a daily, but he's studied these candlesticks. He studied this many of them on each instrument here. He's got these types of results. Okay, so these results will be pretty similar for a daily candlestick pattern of these sorts, as well as a weekly candlestick pattern. Okay, so if we were to bring up our charts, we can see that these candlesticks can be identified on a weekly. When I sort this out a little bit, I'll make it bigger. And we can start at the start. Okay, and now what Partha does, and I do as well, we have a select few currencies that we monitor each week. Okay, so we only monitor a couple of our favorites, and this is a world where less usually is more. As I have been talking to one guy actually for quite a few weeks, all he does is trade gold, just one instrument, and he does remarkably well because all he's doing is just concentrating on one thing. But for a weekly outlook onto your trades, if you're working, you could say, if you weren't confident in knowing what direction your trend was doing, you could just look for your bullish candlestick patterns above a moving average line. If you have a bullish candlestick sort of pattern here on some sort of resistance or support, you could go long. Now underneath this line, we can look for a bearish candlestick sort of pattern, and we can go short. Now the study that I just showed you, correct me if I'm wrong, Partha, but that guy was just aiming for a 1-to-1 risk to reward, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct.
That's correct. So if we were to look at all these candlestick patterns underneath this moving average line on a weekly basis, we could have got this one here. If we weren't too tight with our stop, we would have got a 1-to-1 here. We've got another candlestick pattern here underneath the moving average line. We've got a 1-to-1 here. Done it again here and here. Now what you could do, you could come up with your own sort of strategy of when you would close this. You could close it as a 1-to-1 risk reward. You could close it if you got an opposing sort of candlestick pattern on a support or resistance. Or you could close it if we were to breach a smaller moving average, like the 50 moving average. If we closed above that, you could close out your trade as like a trending sort of trade. Or you could just enter this trade and close it 4 bars later, trying to make yourself a monthly profit. Maybe these things could be something you could look at if you were working full time and you weren't able to look at charts all the time. You would just up your levels for the week and enter them on the week through your lunch break, if that was possible. So what else we have? We have the news, again, a lot like Partha. If you want to look at news, it can start to consume you if you want to start reading news for everything. There's a lot of news comes out, and it's really hard to keep up with. And as Arthur showed you before on the CPI there, that the economists were predicting a certain number, and the number was wrong anyway. So trying to be an economist is a very difficult game to play there. Again, with what Path was saying about body, mind, heart, soul, and spirit, I believe as well as that, you'll need good sleep, or else none of that will come together. It's very hard to trade when you're tired. You just make angry decisions, and nothing will work out as well as what you've hoped.
So
Found
correct.
that
So correct, Marty.
because when I get tired, I get cranky, and things just don't work, and it just makes the situations worse, and it's just no use, no point. What can we do? We can do a bit of a market analysis, I suppose. I'm probably being a bit lazy here. For the Australian dollar, what do I have here? Okay, so we've got our 1, our 2 in red. Our 3, I've changed my analysis a bit to say that this is a 3 here. So we could have an A, possibly a B down to in here somewhere, and then a C up into this area here. So you could possibly be seeing something like this on our monthly chart. Come down to our weekly. We have a 1, a 2, 3. This sort of isn't finished. We need to see 5 waves, so it's very possible we can come down further into here, back up here somewhere. Daily, as we can see, a 1, a 2, a 3. It's still not finished yet. We've still got time to move. So for the Aussie this week, I'd probably look for a short to the downside, but only a quick one before a strong reversal. Because on these bigger time frames here, we could see a very strong move for quite some time. What else do we have? Euro is pretty similar. We have a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. This last leg of the 5 is not finished yet. We can still come down some more. I like this pink line here, seems pretty strong. So again, I would be anticipating more of a downside movement before we reverse upwards. But again, I could be wrong. This is very hard to read. So I'll teach you guys how to draw channels, how we can identify waves with channels to let us know when an impulsive wave could be during or nearing its expiration. So again, for our euro, we'll be looking at more downside movement here. I believe this is a 3 on a daily, so this could be a 4, which will drag out for a little while, but then we're likely to see more downside. Sterling. So this is that low which came down towards the all-time low there, which Path was showing before. I believe this downward move hasn't finished yet. So yes, this market might carry on for a little bit, but it will take out this low once again. Not by much, but it will get there eventually. So again, on the daily, this count looks pretty weird. I have 13 waves here to give me a final answer of 3. This ratio here is something pretty weird. I'll show you how to do that. It's a way to use Elliott wave and Fibonacci together. All right, I forgot what I did there, but I'll get back to you on that one. So I took this trade up here. So we had this 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 was complete in a target area. I closed the price out around here, only because I thought we could have possibly come back up to here somewhere. But again, it's still going to do this 3, 4 up to possibly here, and a 5 back down below this level here, but only by a little bit. What else can we look at? A very good, interesting one to look at is gold. So we have gold on a monthly. This could be a 1 and a 2, a very major 1 and a very major 2, with a smaller 1, 2, 3. This 4 and this C is very possible that this could be complete. Okay, so we're in a major wave 3, possibly in another 3. So a wave 3 of a 3 can mean gold can push upwards very strongly for quite a long time. So if you want to get into your economics and such, this could be something you might like to look into. What else can I talk about here? Any suggestions, Partha? Anything you'd like to see? Anyone?
Yeah, Marty, do you find wave theory to become less effective on lower time frames, or do you still see it in, doesn't matter what time frame you're looking at, from a 15-minute to a weekly?
Well, that comes back to one of your questions again, which you asked through the email to support, is that with this, we are always updating our charts constantly. So once you come down to a 15 or 5-minute time frame, you are possibly updating your chart. I don't know, it could be every couple of minutes once you get down to your 5 and 1-minute time frames. So it starts getting a little bit out of hand if you're trying to monitor 8 charts at a time, so to speak. So that's why my channel's sort of dedicated to the 4-hour. It just starts getting too much if you want to monitor a lot of things. That's all.
Thanks, mate.
Excuse me, Marty. Could you go back to monthly chart, please, on gold? Don't you see a double top there?
Double top between here and here, or
no, 3 and B, please. Yeah.
Okay, this is what we teach as like a B class double top.
Yeah.
Okay, because this high is lower than this high.
Uh-huh.
And again, if we extend this out, it's still a B class double top until this line here is broken.
No, I mean, for example, right now, where the C is, yeah,
Okay,
C and 4.
Yeah.
I mean, why do you see that that's a support at the moment?
Let's say support.
C as a support.
Okay, because I believe that this whole pattern that this price has printed could be finished due to the rules that Elliott wrote back in the 1930s.
Okay, rules of the Elliott. Okay.
Yeah. So the Elliott wave is just patterns in the price movements here.
Okay.
So we're just learning how to read patterns, really.
Because I see, I mean, if it is the previous A is my neckline, then it's a break of my neckline. If I consider that as a double top, would it be a wrong thingy?
Okay, so this is your double top,
Yeah,
and
A is.
this is your neckline. Is that what
Yeah,
you're saying?
that's correct. Yeah,
Okay,
it's one could be one of the possibility.
that's right. It could be that you are right. We could come down much further
Yeah,
during the way Elliott wave reads. This
yeah,
is just an Elliott wave point of view as looking at the chart. But double tops, head and shoulders, double bottoms, they're all very valid and they all work extremely well.
yeah, yeah.
They're all patterns in price. Like this guy here, he did head and shoulders, reverse head and shoulders, double tops, double bottoms, wedges, triple bottoms, and such. And look at these percentages. They're amazing. If you could stick with them and just concentrated on them, on just to select 8 or so currencies, there's no reason why you can't make money within a year, even if you just concentrated on your weekly candles. Again, I'd like to just stick with a small number. It just keeps everything so much easier. Any questions from anyone else? 5 minutes left.
Wanted to get back testing results. Is that a year's worth of daily time?
Back testing results. That more comes back to my
Ones I just showed.
Bring
you're
that.
breaking up a little bit.
Yeah, bring that Discord. Bring that Discord. You were saying. I think Ben is
Okay.
Ben is breaking a little bit, but I have understood what Ben is asking probably. Yeah, he's asking is this a worth of 1 year of data? I'd say it is more, Ben, because you see the overall daily he has seen head and shoulder 270. So if I consider there are 10 or 20 bars within the head and shoulder, even if I consider 10 20 bars, so that is much more than the 1 year data. Did I answer your question, Ben?
Yep, that's great. Thanks.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I think it is 6 years, 6 years data he did.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. And no wonder he is a full-time trader now. Yeah,
That's very good.
yeah, he has put the effort. Yeah, but Marty did a fantastic job on that gold analysis. I saw that. I was listening. It is fantastic. Marty did that gold analysis just a few minutes back. And Sri question on that gold. If you go, yeah, 3 and B is not double top. 3 and B is not double top because B is less than 3, if you can see that. Yeah, so we say, yeah, as Marty said, we say that the B class double top is similar or same, it cannot be low. In this case clearly we can see the swing high at the B, red B, is lower than the swing high at, but 1 2 3 what Marty did was correct, but that neckline was not broken. Now 3 to B is not a double top in our analysis, in our understanding. That's why we cannot have a neckline. So that's why I would more probably believe the way Marty explained that gold is having a potential if it is doing what Marty suggested, and possibly doing a crack and snapback and all those things we saw in our earlier analysis. Gold is possibly having an because if you remember, and we all heard from our childhood, not childhood, from our trading childhood, is gold as such is an anti-inflationary component, or a asset. So what does it mean? It means gold should go up when there is an inflation, but ironically what we are seeing here, gold is coming down in inflation. So it's a kind of funny thing happening now, and I would rather strongly believe what Marty said. It is having because inflation, that day I was actually reading an interesting thing. Someone was asking me, not reading, actually answering an interesting thing, what someone is asking me, that this cryptocurrency, how far it can come down, and so on and so forth, cryptocurrency, and can it go to zero from the Bitcoin, from 20,000? Can Ethereum go to zero from 1,300? My answer to that fellow was not technical, not fundamental, but only from the A book and the B book of broker. If you know, if you happen to know them, and no, broker is our friend. So my answer to him, which I wanted to share, is as the cryptocurrency, Ethereum, Bitcoin is possibly go down. If you remember what Balinder was always saying, that when I talked about 2013, when Bitcoin was 300, it went up to 19,000 in that run. Then it came down to 3,000, and went up to 69,000. So my answer to him was that as Bitcoin or Ethereum, I'm not talking fundamental, I'm not talking technical, will possibly come down to such an extent that we normal people are all stopped out, or the brokers have taken all of us out of the game. So if all our stop is 19,000, 18,000, just below the previous high of Bitcoin, which was around 19,200, I think, so 300. The brokers are now I'm not using any language, but I'm saying that they will test our patience there to see how far we can sustain. So once every small player is out of Bitcoin and stopped out around 19,000, 18,000, or something like that, then possibly it will go up to 100,000. So yeah, so that is one kind of analysis, which is neither technical, neither fundamental, but from a gross perspective of market makers, and brokers are notorious in this market making. Yeah, did I make any sense?
It did, Partha. Because if we look at a longer term Elliott forecast, this is the S&P 500. We can see that people are starting to feel the crunch here with these interest rates. So the forecast is at least down to here eventually. So that's the S&P for the economy, and a hedge against it being gold, being this pattern could be finished here, where we were told people will be starting to save their money and invest in a safe haven, such as gold. It's quite possible that all this could be coming together.
Very possible. Very possible. With that, if you don't have any other question, thanks a ton, Marty. Thanks you, all of you, to asking brilliant questions, and Ben especially, and Mauritius for sending your questions beforehand. And you have a wonderful week ahead, and we really enjoyed. Thank you very much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thanks
Thank
very
you
much.
for your time,
Everyone.
everyone. Have a nice day.
You too. Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye bye.